when I was coaching years ago, a lot of you all don't know this, but I got to spend a year and a half with Jim Herrick at UCLA in my younger days as a volunteer nobody for the UCLA men's Bruins basketball team. And one of his rules was when time's involved, be on time. And so I like to be very much a respecter of people's time. So I don't want to create a lot of fluff and I don't want to waste your time. I want it to be a profitable time together. What do we have here? What we have here is a time of people to come together, collaborate, communicate, and hopefully create a strong network where you feel support and hopefully create for you an environment that will increase your deal flow. That's what we're primarily doing here. And that happens throughout conversations. And that's what's going to take me to the coaching point of the day. But before I do so, we've got a few new faces that a few of you maybe haven't not seen before. So we will go in this order by way of introduction. Tara, just give us an introduction again to yourself. Amanda, do the same, if you will, from Chattanooga. And Andy, I'll let you wrap it up. Andy Christensen.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tara Disney. I'm actually located here in Sevier County. Now, also, most people will know it as Gatlinburg area here in Tennessee. I'm actually a real estate agent currently with Crylac, but this week I will be joining EXP. Thank goodness. It's been a long time coming trying to get a VA contract closed, but we are finally here. And I also do project management for a company called ABS Construction, which is a small business VA. So we actually do a lot of monetary set-asides in the construction world as well.
Fantastic. Nice to have you here. And who introduced you to our group? I think I know the answer to that, but I'll let you say it out loud.
The only man that's smirking on here right now, Mr. Chris.
I'll tell everybody that Chris is my MacGyver, is one of the coolest guys I've ever met. Amanda, you got to open up your mic and open up your screen so we can see you. Say hello to the group.
Hi, everyone. Sorry for my attire. I did just get done working out, so this is why I look like this. Hi, I'm Amanda Richardson. I'm out of Chattanooga. I am an agent with Simply Home, and Mr. Clark here has introduced me to the group and invited me to join these meetings. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, Amanda, you're going to want to connect with Chris Sock-Laban on here. Amanda does a lot of the right things all of the time. She's got a great presence on social media. I want to give her a shout out too. She's representing our country and she's a veteran. So I'd love to support her however I can. But Amanda, you and Chris Sock-Laban do want to connect and see where you can create some synergies. I think it's going to help you with your deal flow and your transactions.
Awesome.
And then Tara, she's just north of you away, so you guys can build a relationship as well. Yeah, Chris, go ahead.
If you can put us on a group text, that'd be perfect. All right.
Sure,
I have some friends down that way. I think might be good connections.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I would just want to encourage everybody, in real estate, no matter if you're in residential, commercial, or business brokerage, one of the primary reasons why people fail, and I'm going to let you answer the question, what is one of the primary reasons why people fail in this industry that we all love? Anybody?
The follow-up.
A follow-up? Excellent.
Yep.
Continue.
Not being consistent.
Not being consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Not cold calling.
Oh, wow. That's a lost art. People actually cold call? Really?
Andrew, come on, man.
Yeah.
I didn't think you had to do that anymore with social media.
I'll tell you one that I experienced yesterday, not being prepared to answer the question.
It happens.
Times, man.
What else we got?
Not utilizing business development from your inner self, of actually using yourself as a walking billboard as opposed to advertisement and that kind of thing.
Expand. Tara?
Yes.
Take it further.
So you have to actually challenge your inner self to be able to grow. So my concept is I'm 34 years old. I'm only this age once. So if I do not utilize my knowledge that I have, and even the knowledge that I do not have, and actually communicate with the connections that I have to grow myself, I'm doing myself a disgrace. I'm not willing to grow at that point. So I always want to treat myself as a walking billboard, whether I'm going into a Mexican restaurant or I'm going into Food City to buy groceries. I need to at least say, hey, how's your day? And always, and I do this a lot, but if you have a t-shirt, just a plain t-shirt, when you're going out to do grocery shopping, and just put a catchy phrase like, I'm your home girl, right? So people are going to be like, what are you talking about? What's that, right? So that engages a conversation to say, hey, here's my digital card. If you ever need me, give me a call.
Excellent. You're always going to continue to grow. I went back to school at 56. I know I don't look that old, but yeah, hey. Tommy Bratchy, can you take over if somebody else wants to join? Does anybody else have the ability to let others join if you see the prompt? If I go to a share screen, I don't want to miss somebody else in the lobby. Can anybody else help me with that,
I'll
Chris?
see. I'm not sure if I get the notifications or not, but if I see them, I'll accept them.
Okay, great. I'm going to go to a share screen real quick. You guys seeing this? Coaching thought?
Yep.
I want to go through this. Transaction volume is a byproduct of conversation volume. There's your billboard, Tara, not marketing spend. Most pipelines don't stall because of market conditions. They stall because the right conversations aren't happening often enough. So the stimulus points for you all today are, how do deals move at the speed of unanswered questions? What are the questions you're answering? Here's 3 that I think are just fantastic. What's new? What's next? How can I be of service? If you'll take that into every conversation you have with a client or somebody that you're trying to work with and build your team with, that will stimulate thought. You don't need to sell yourself. You don't need to sell. There's a point of that, but it really happens on the relational level. We are in the business of doing 2 things: forming relationships and bringing the best information, period. Do it with integrity, being persistent, consistent, as you said, and being a billboard, as has been said, having the right message, but consistently asking the right questions. If you're not regularly asking owners, buyers, lenders, and developers direct questions, your pipeline will always lag in your efforts. Any comment on that first thought? All right.
It's great insight.
Go ahead, take it.
I was just saying it's great insight. So
Yeah.
happy to listen. So
Yeah.
I forgot who said it, but somebody at EXP, one of the big coaches, but yeah, they're like, there's what, 30,000 interactions you could have on any weekly basis with everybody you walk in contact. So if there's anybody in sales business that's complaining about not enough leads, like, just go outside your front door. There's people outside.
And Joe, I want to follow up with my earlier question. I pivoted too soon because I asked everybody to give me some feedback to why people fail in commercial real estate, and I pivoted without even wrapping up the conversation. Most don't feel support. And with what you just said, it's a lack of that sometimes that comes into play. So here we want to stimulate the right questions being asked. Here we want to be asking ourselves the right questions to improve deal flow. But here we want to bring support to one another. I'm a big fan of stewardship. I think stewardship is a vitally important task we have within our life, or we don't. But it takes an effort to have it. Stewardship doesn't just happen. It takes an effort. This coffee huddle is 15, 20, 30 minutes of your week, each week, to stimulate certain things, but it's really grounded in support, communication, collaboration. Let's go to the second point. Volume comes from repeatable outreach, not perfect opportunities. Who said follow up a minute ago? Was that you, Bratchy?
Yep, that was me.
It was.
All right.
Yep.
Tommy's a high producer, and he doesn't wait just for great deals. He surfaces average opportunities, and he lets the market sort them out into transactions. Tommy, take the floor and expand upon volume coming from repeatable outreach, not perfect
Mm-hmm.
opportunities. I'm far from perfect. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A disaster at times, right? But the effort is there to be persistent. Tommy, you talked about follow up. Take it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, follow up is pretty discouraging. I think everybody already knows that, but you have to do it. You get a million no's, or you get a million like either no shows or no answers or unresponses to emails. You all get it. It all happens to us pretty much every day, I would assume. I know it happens to me every day. But that persistence and staying in front of them, you might annoy 1 in 10 people. It might feel like you're annoying more than that. You're probably not. But it's your job, right? And then you do that over and over again. It might be 3 months, it might be 4 months or 6 months, but eventually they come back to you. Not all of them, of course, but enough at scale to where if you just put in the consistency that somebody else said earlier, with the follow-ups, you start to find that you kind of are building a snowball effect. And, this probably sounds like common sense to most people, but I think hearing it out loud kind of is a helpful reminder that it is a grind, and you're going to get ghosted. You're going to get calls declined and ignored. But you do that for, X number of months, they're going to start coming back to you to where you don't have to really follow up with them so much. But whether that be a manual drip campaign or a call or a text, I mean, it's whatever suits your market and your style, but you have to just consistently follow up, even though it's discouraging.
What is something you don't want to do in a text or say in a text or an email or in a phone call when you're contacting that person again? What are things you should not say or text or do?
Don't say things like I'm circling back or I'm just touching base or I'm just following up. That's usually a one-way street of value you're trying to extract from them. You're telling them, I want to talk to you, not why you need to talk to me, right? So it's find creative ways to provide them value, even if they don't ask for it. So sometimes it might feel corny, but sometimes I'll send them like, I know you were looking at X, Y, or Z. I'm in kind of a niche area, so I'll try to walk in like a traditional commercial or residential broker's shoes. But it's like, I know you were interested in this asset class, with this number of doors in this area. Here's a report I just saw published yesterday. I figured you might find it interesting. And then don't ask for anything. See if they bite on that. Like, they either might say thank you, they might ignore you, or they might engage you in a conversation and start asking you questions. And then now you're kind of picking up the football from where it left off last time, if that makes sense.
Excellent. Amanda, you had an open house I saw this weekend or this past week. Tell us how you're going back to those that came and visited. What's your approach to react with them again?
Yeah, so I usually wait a couple of days, and just because I don't want to hop on them too fast. And I just, usually just depending on the conversation that I had with them, I try to build a bit of a rapport with them, ask them if they're from the area. Like, for instance, this one lady yesterday who came from California, and then she moved down to Miami, and then she is now in Dayton, Tennessee, which I thought was very odd to come to small town Dayton. So I'm just going to touch base with her probably tomorrow and ask her how she's enjoying the area, and ask her probably, if she's wanting any recommendations on some, I don't know, food places or something like that. Like, just to circle back with her. So I'm not saying, hey, I'm circling back, or, just to touch base, but just to start a conversation in a different way with her.
Excellent. And that works. And I have to catch myself all the time. I find that I still might say, hey, I want to circle the wagons and come back to this, and then I'll state what we talked about. Better just to simply say, like Tommy was saying, I know that this was something you were looking at. Here it is. And you're offering, you're giving.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a thought. BAM fam. I've said it before. What's the acronym mean? BAMFAM. What's the acronym mean?
I have no idea. Bam, fam.
Book a meeting from a meeting.
Ah, okay.
Every call, book a meeting from a meeting. Want to do something for kicks and giggles. It's 11:16. Pause. Get your pen or paper out, your pen and paper, your pencil. Write down 5 names you're going to be contacting today because in the last point, here's, I hope you can still see it on your screen if you can, correct? You can still see my screen. The best agents run weekly pipeline audits, not a monthly hope check. So if you can't name the next 5 people you're following up with today, most likely your deal flow and your pipeline is already slowing down. Right now, write down 5 names you're going to contact today. Everybody just do that. Everybody got their names written down? Everybody good?
No,
All right.
I'm at 3.
So I want to do one more thing, a little unusual, but I'm going to challenge you to do it. Uh, Mute your computer, pick up your phone, and call one of these right now, and just say, "Hey, listen, I'm in a Zoom. I'm doing some training, and it was it came to my attention while I was on the Zoom that you're somebody I need to speak to today. What's a good time for me to call you back later today so we can talk?" I want everybody to do that right now and go after one person. It's 11:17. We'll come back on at I'll turn it back on in about 2.5, 3 minutes. But mute your computer, make the one phone call, then come back on. See you in a minute. Hey, Zach, Eric Clark. I'm actually doing a coaching Zoom right now, and we're actually reaching out and calling somebody that we want to make sure we talk to today. So you were on my list. All right, I'll be off this call in about 15 minutes, and hopefully we can connect then. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right, I'm coming back. Everybody can turn back on as you're able. No, that was just a minute. Maybe you're still on the phone. If you are, take your time. Islam, how are you? Did you have a good weekend? You're muted. All right, can everybody hear me? You coming back on board? Somebody give me a thumbs up. It's all quiet. There we go. Andy, you gave me a quick thumbs up. Were you able to connect with somebody?
Oh yeah.
You
Yes.
were? Fantastic.
It was a good call. I got a big update on a proposal we're working on, finding out that just found out that the main guy that had the listing left JLL and went to Colliers and took the listing with him, but they're still going to let JL handle the Georgia project. This is for an autism group. So that was important information I needed to get a hold of today. So it was a good call.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, what we're just sharing and doing here collectively together is just, what we need to do every day. And no one person is, absolutely better than somebody else. We all have strengths, but together we can impact each other. So I want to wrap up the call today with share something you have, a lead, an opportunity, something that's new, something that's next. Create an opportunity here within this group of 15 people so that they know something that you're looking for. And I'll share. I came across an industrial building about 12,000 square feet down near the Atlanta airport that is available. It's empty, but it's in great condition, and it's already zoned industrial. So that's new on my desk as of today, and I'm sharing it. Go around the horn and share. Don't give more details than that. Just share something you have. People can follow up with you later. Floor's open.
I have buyers that I've worked with, sold them retail strip centers that are looking for more strip centers, preferably in Georgia, but we might look outside. These guys like either distressed centers that need work, need money, or not leased up, so that there needs to be what do you call it? A gain available by either leasing them up and fixing them up or raising rents. But preferably off market. But if you have something on market, I call them mom and pop strip centers. These are not anchored strip centers. These are just your regular run of the mill. If anybody's got anything on that, I'm going to put my email into the chat, and you can get a hold of me.
I'm having a hard time finding a $1 to $2 million liquor store within a 60-mile radius of Georgia without running into business brokers that do not want to share a fee. Cash buyer, retired doctor, already owns a liquor store or two.
If anybody has 1031 exchanges that are coming up or open, I'd definitely want a conversation with that. My shtick is usually taking care of the boot money with cash flowing mineral rights and oil and gas for commercial folks. So just let me know.
If anybody on, go ahead.
No, Carson, go ahead. I'll follow.
If any of y'all come across a multifamily owner that's running around with spreadsheets trying to sell it off market, they're what they're doing is becoming a magnet for lowball offers. Bring it to Eric or I. It doesn't matter what state. We can set them up, keep it off market, but make it more attractive. They're taking around a bunch of spreadsheets thinking they're going to get a good price. They're not. They're doing a disservice to themselves. And a lot of people don't think they're serious when they're doing it. So Bring them to me. I don't want stuff that's listed with another broker, but if you see them running around with the spreadsheets, bring them to me. Bring them to Eric. We'll cut you into it too. So we can get them sold and cut you in. So that's not our goal, is to cut you out. It's to make you a part of the team. So anyway.
Great. I just got my first buyer agreement signed and sent over while we were talking. So happy with that. I'm looking for a coffee shop, bubble tea, any of those small, not restaurants, not full service restaurants, but something along those lines in the South Carolina, upper state South Carolina, close to Charlotte area. So Indian Land, Fort Mill, close to Ballantyne, but on the South Carolina side. If anyone knows of any of that, that would be great.
I'm referring a listing. It's owned by the pastor of our church, a good friend of mine. I threw the address in the chat. It's a former sports complex in St. Louis, Missouri, and a good part of St. Louis, Missouri. Won't fluff it any further than that. In a spot that's good for commercial area, and it's a listed for 1.5. I threw the address in the chat. And then I'm a pastor that's looking to connect with other pastors in St. Louis and around the country that are trying to elevate and move into new properties. And so, if there's any connection there, being in ministry, we transition a lot across a lot of states. And so, if it makes sense to make a connection there, with me for any reason, and we can help or do a connection for them, support, whatever. If they're looking to move further, get a bigger place, smaller place, whatever, I'd love to at least see how I can help there.
Joe, you need to meet the church guy. Let's make sure we follow up with Keith Andrews. Make note of that, and I'll connect you to the church guy. He'd be a good connection for you.
Hey, good morning. Andy Christensen in Atlanta. Hey, Eric, can you remind me of the number of acres of that property by the airport after we wrap up? Hey, this
Absolutely.
property right here in downtown Alpharetta, one of the hottest cities in America, just went on the market. I met with the owner this morning. If anybody's looking to have a piece of the rock or has a client that does in Alpharetta, and I'm with Thrive Commercial Real Estate. I'm like Tara, moving my license over here after I hopefully close soon on a deal at another brokerage. And we're in the main thing we do is make offices great again, co-working and Class A redo. And
yeah, I want to give a shout out to Andy and Thrive Co-working for everybody that's here. May not be familiar, but Andy is someone you're going to want to get to know. Everybody on here needs to get Andy's information. Andy, if you'll put your email address in the chat if you can.
oh yeah,
Thrive Co-working, I think, is now listed in 21 cities, maybe 7 or 8 states. What do? They go into hot spots, hot communities where the nucleus is already there, but they'll take over an office space. They like 15 to 20,000 square feet is their sweet spot, and they create the highest rent per desk environment for people who want to have a local spot where they can work and have their office on site, and it's in walking distance of all the restaurants and everything that's going forward. So what Thrive is doing now with Andy, they've made him the point person to help grow their real estate opportunity in every location. And by doing that, you'll have a place to go to. You'll have some bricks and mortars. You have a place where there's continuity, where there's community, where there's collaboration with a goal. And you want to learn more about that. Andy, we probably need to put together a white page that talks about the vision. Of course, I know you and I are trying to get together, but let's do that, because within this group, I mean, that's a feeder and everybody can participate. Everybody's deal flow will grow. So I want to give a shout out to you. You and I need to get together. Hopefully we can this week. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for that. One last thing for you, Eric, just because I see your shirt.
I knew I liked it. I can do more. I can do more than the shirt. I can do the hat too.
Hey,
Good
Eric.
stuff.
Eric.
Go ahead.
Hey, as far as Jeff and Andrew, they're talking about Georgia down there. My Georgia group, I put the link in the chat where you can click on, you can find all my groups. They should make a post in my Georgia group, looking for either the strip center or the liquor store. There might be somebody in my Georgia group that has that. Also, Islam in there. I also have a South Carolina and North Carolina group, so there's a lot of people out of Charlotte. So if you're looking for like a coffee shop there could be somebody in those groups that has that or
And
might know
and
somebody. So they're free
sure.
groups.
So
Make a
I
post.
would appreciate if you can send me the link for it,
I
but
put
I'm
it
not
in the
familiar with it.
I put it in the chat. It's
Yeah.
just grandchateauproperties.com and you'll see a list of all these different groups.
Got it. Okay.
So, but
Appreciate
Will
it.
do.
it's just a free way to reach some people and just ask, hey, anybody know of anybody that might be, have this or looking for this?
I know
Yeah,
Tara's
definitely
already
will,
plugged into your
Chris.
groups,
Thank you.
Chris. Make sure Amanda gets plugged in with you.
Yeah, for sure. And then Joe, man, we need to connect. I'd like to know more about this place in St. Louis that you're looking for or selling.
All right. Who else has got something they want to share? Tara, looks like you're about to speak.
Yeah, I just want to throw something out there. In case anyone has any clients that's currently looking for a very highly populated tourist area here in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, or Gatlinburg. And it's great to know that Amanda's just down the road from me, so that's a great thing. But if anyone has anything that they're looking for, maybe cabins, STRs that could even serve as a 1031 if they want to for investment, strip malls here, anything like that, just I'm going to put my email in. I would love to be your point of contact on those.
Sounds good.
All right. I don't want to drag it out. I want us to be effective because I know everyone's got stuff to do, but if you've got something to share, please do.
Uh, Eric, I have a question for you about land purchase. So I'm about to submit an offer on it, and I just wanted to discuss what's the flow, just to get a sense of if there's any landmines or if there are any red flags I need to be aware of before I submit the offer.
All right. Let's talk to each other after the call. Love to do it.
Any of the Tennessee people on here, if you have a commercial property that you need help with, bring them to me. We can work it together. If it's outside of your knowledge area, I can take care of it. So anyway, I'm commercial side, and I'm in Murfreesboro. Just sold a property up in Knoxville, or well, it's under contract, but have multiple backups on it. So I'm here.
Andy Christensen and Amanda Richardson, something that was just said right there that you may not have picked up on. Amanda, I know you're in residential, and Andy, I know you're going to have a lot of residential people working with you. The ability for a agent to connect with the EXP commercial agent and participate in the deal. So, if you do a referral, you're looking at 25% split of that transaction. And that's a wonderful thing for a residential agent. The commercial and business brokerage agents within our brokerage can give you a nice referral. So don't think of yourself as just residential. Think of yourself as a networker and a facilitator to bring somebody that you know who may be selling a business or selling a commercial piece of property. And then by way of referral, you can participate. Don't miss out on that.
Yeah, I can broker businesses too. In my last deal, the residential agent I think is making 60 grand. So that's a good chunk of change just for bringing them to me. So
Yeah, and I got a referral right now with the residential. He'll net about 140 on one transaction with me. Yeah.
I'd take that all day long.
Anybody else? Floor still open.
Carson, quick question. Is there anything specific that you're looking for?
I can do anything. I did a industrial mixed use with some office on this last one. I like mixed use. I'm probably pro level and multifamily, but it gets old. So I love getting a hold of industrial and other stuff just because it's new. I can do retail, any of it. Just bring it to me. I'll take care of it. So,
Okay.
you know.
So Eric,
Well,
just sorry, one last thing. I've noticed that I never mentioned it before. I actually do business brokerage, and this is the piece that I was telling you that I'm buying a business for the folks coming down from Vermont. So if anyone has a business brokerage opportunity, buying, selling a business, let me know.
he's in the Charlotte area.
I'm licensed north and south.
I want to say this, everybody look straight in the camera. I appreciate each of you. I appreciate the opportunity to network and collaborate with you. I appreciate the opportunity to do a deal with each of you this year. And that ought to be the goal. We ought to all try to work together. And, I don't know how I'm going to help Joe Stratton, but I know I'm going to make an introduction for him today. And so, you know what? That's how this grows, and it will come back. Don't be looking for what you can always get. Be a giver first. Be a giver first. It'll come back to you. Let's be here. Let's support each other. I know you can't make it all the time, but the effort is to support each other. Let's create a community. This is our water fountain. This is our bricks and mortars right here. We come together here to make some contacts, and we can make some things happen and everybody increase their deal flow. Remember, deals move at the speed of your unanswered questions. So always be asking, what's new? What's next? How can I be of service? Continue to have outreach opportunities, be persistent and be consistent, as that was said earlier, and know who your pipeline is of who you're going to talk to. You each wrote down 5 names. Remember, BAM FAM. What's it stand for?
Book a meeting. I think while in a meeting.
Book a meeting from a meeting.
From a
And
meeting.
keep growing that pipeline. Call those 5 people you wrote down today. Feel free to reach out to me. I hope everybody has a blessed week.